So hello everyone, my name is Marcelo Campitelli. I'm Argentinian, currently living in Brazil, and I'm an electronic engineer actually doing a master's in signal processing at the moment, and I dedicate all my spare time to music production, recording, composing music, playing with my band, playing my instruments, and so on. So we're going to talk about DAWs and how to correctly set a project today. So we can see here, this is the initial screen that we get in Studio One. That's the DAW that I'm going to use. So we see here the recent files. If we want to open any recent project that we've worked on, we would click on here, but that is not the case. We're going to start a new project today. So we have two basic options, create a new project or create a new song. We would intuitively want to create a new project, but in this case, Studio One refers to mastering project. You know, if we had like 8 songs for a CD and we wanted to master the 8 songs, this is the type of project we would choose, which is actually a really nice function, but not the one we're going to use today. So we would use the create a new song option. Before that, let's go to configure audio device here. So as you can see, I have my Focusrite 2i2 selected. Here are the options. The sample rate is set to 44.1 kilohertz. The reason of that is because my video making software only records audio in 44.1 kilohertz, and since I'm using my sound card, the Focusrite, to record the audio, they have to be in the same sampling frequency, otherwise it won't record audio in the video making software. Sorry about that, guys. I would normally record in 48 kilohertz. And this is the buffer size that we choose. That's what's going to give me the input latency here and the output latency. It's set to 2 milliseconds, which means that it uses 89 samples. So this is the latency that I'm getting using that that buffer size. The precision is set to 64-bit, which means that's a CPU precision. This DAW allows to use 64-bit processing, and I'm using all my cores to work. So let's go to create a new song. For this example in particular, I'm going to use the empty song choice. You have other choices that already come with templates, with already tracks made and things like that. But for this case, we're just going to do an empty song. Like we said, this is the sampling rate of the project, not of the sound card, but the project, what type of sampling frequency it's expecting. So the sound card frequency and this frequency have to be the same, otherwise you won't be able to record. I'll leave it in 44.1 since I'm recording the video and I have to be able to keep on recording this audio. The resolution is going to be 24 bits. The time is going to be bars, using the grid. Song length is 8 minutes. For now, I can change that if it was longer. The BPM, for example's sake, let's just leave it at 150 BPM. And the time signature is going to be 4/4. Let's just name the song example. And I'm going to make it in the desktop. So, okay. So here we have a empty song. This is what Studio One looks like. So here we have the metronome option. If it's lit up, it means that the metronome is going to function. Like that, it wouldn't function. Like that, it would function. And here's a pre-count. If you wanted to use a pre-count, like that, it would function. Like this, it wouldn't function. So to create a new track, we go to Add Tracks, Voice. I'm going to name the track Voice. It's going to be one track. The type of track is going to be audio. Instrument refers to a MIDI type track. If we were going to use a MIDI instrument, but we're just going to use an audio for this case. Color, if you want to give that track a color when you record it, let's just give it a green. I'm going to record in mono. I'm not going to use a preset. This refers to the plugins that are going to be, you can have plugins already put into the track, but I don't want any. I just want to manually put in if I need them. That's where the input is going to come from, which is the left side of my sound card, my Focusrite, and it's going to go through the main of the Focusrite. So here's the track created. We would click the record arm function to record on this track when we press the record button. If I didn't arm this track like this, it wouldn't record when I press the record button. So that's all the basic configuration that you need to start recording in Studio One. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Thank you very much for watching.